going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Bodacious Rant with Burn and Rye. We're reviewing a movie that, it's every time it comes out, I'm always worried, is it going to still be good? Because the first one definitely blew me out of the water, where I thought it was going to be total garbage, and actually ended up being one of the better video game adaptations. And if you haven't guessed it, we're talking about Sonic the Hedgehog 3, starring, oh my god, I forgot his name. Is it Ben Schwartz? No, it's
Ben Schwartz.
Okay, thank you. Ben Schwartz, Idris Elba, James Marsden, Tika Sumpter, and we're also joined again with Jim Carrey and now Keanu Reeves. And this is a non-spoiler review, everyone, so don't worry about that. So if you do like the video, give us that thumbs up. Don't forget to ring the bell for notifications, and of course subscribe. We do appreciate you all for that. And yeah, so Sonic and the team are back, Tails and Knuckles after the last movie, just living life, readjusting to their new dynamics as a family. But then they're roped back into the action with Kristen Ritter joining us as the new head of their secret organization to try and fight a different villain. In that case, Keanu Reeves' Shadow. And again, I'm not too familiar with the Sonic games. Like, I played them, but never really knew the whole story behind it. They were just kind of just there. But Shadow was always like one of those iconic characters, just the black and red version of Sonic. So it was good to see him in that. And I think the best part about this entire thing was just Jim Carrey. I don't think I really felt that way about the last two movies. Like, he's always funny, but this one specifically just felt like he had the most fun. Because not only is he playing his Dr. Ivo Robotnik, he's also playing his Pop Dr. Gerald Robotnik. And man, if this is one of those things that if Jim Carrey wasn't in it, this movie would not be the same. He was so damn funny. I think I would go back to see it just because of those scenes with them. Bern, what did you think about this movie?
Yeah, I mean, for me, Jim Carrey has been the highlight of all three of these movies. He's been a lot of fun, and it seems to be the only role that keeps him coming back into acting. So I'll always be grateful for that, because he's not really doing anything else outside of that purposefully. He's made a choice to only come back for roles that he really interested him in. And to our surprise and to our great thanks, he keeps coming back for this role because he just keeps having so much fun with it, as is everyone else in this cast. As you mentioned, Ben Schwartz continues to be really fun in this role as Sonic, and really embraces that manic energy with a heart of gold. He's done a really good job since the beginning of bringing this character to life, and I don't think he misses a beat at all here. Like you mentioned, Idris Elba, it has been a really fun addition to the cast. It's really fun in this movie seeing him interact with Sonic and Tails more, whereas in the last movie he was very much the antagonist. Here he's part of the group, and his dynamic is really fun to bounce off of. So I thought they really did that sort of character work really well, and James Marsden too, and I forget the actress who plays his wife.
I think I'm saying it wrong, but it's Tika Sumpter.
Yeah, yes, okay, that sounds about right. Yeah, and then them two also. I mean, coming back from the last few movies, this cast has continued to build on the relationships that they've had in the last movies, and I think the writing has done a really good job of not forgetting that. It seems like in a lot of movies, as we go on more and more down the franchise, we lose sight of what made the first one special, and I think they've continued to bring that sort of family, the found family dynamic, and these character interactions, and they've kept that heart within this series, and for me, this is kind of one of those rare trilogies. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be more, but it just gets better and better as it goes, and that is a huge surprise considering where we started with that first teaser trailer for the initial Sonic, the cursed Sonic, the horrible abomination that should not be seen, and I'm glad they changed that, obviously. But yeah, just as this franchise and as these movies have gone, it's just been more and more fun. And this movie really, really embraces, the characters in the world. And it seemed, like the first movie, they were a little bit hesitant to, but now it seems like the gloves are off and they're really, really leaning into what makes Sonic as a property a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah. Again, Sonic has no right. These movies have no right to be as good as they are. Because, again, after the first teaser and then they had to change the design to be more basically like the video game character, it was like, wow, okay, so if you guys really bend to the will of fans, let's see how this movie does. That one, again, very surprisingly good, and the last one, again, I'm glad that was great. Idris Elba, I just want to make a note. He actually does very well voice acting and comedy. So it's like, man, I would love to see him in more funny stuff. But I guess technically Suicide Squad in 2021 was somewhat comedic because he was funny in that one. But um, yeah, like I will say the only thing is that the plot is very repetitive at this point, at least with the last two movies. But honestly, again, this movie has so much fun. Like the actors, the just the action and everything in general. It's just you don't really care by the point. And there's a lot of plot holes in these movies too. But again, don't think about it. It's a family friendly video game adaptation, and I'm glad at least it's one of the few that to actually do well and be faithful to the source material from the sounds of it. Especially the mid credit and post credit scene. Yes, there are those in this one. My theater went crazy for the people that stayed. Like majority of the people stayed, so that was good to hear that. I was just like, okay, cool. Like this is nice. Like I'm definitely looking forward to more if they keep doing it like this. So with all that being said, I'm definitely giving this a hard 4 out of 5. I definitely recommend it. If you love video games, especially if you grew up with like Sega, like I did with Sonic, and or if you have family or looking for like a family friendly movie this holiday season. I'm not Christmas themed, but whatever. I definitely recommend this, whether it be Dolby. I don't know if it's an IMAX, but yeah, like I said, very very fun movie and very highly recommended.
Yeah, although it itself is not like really a Christmas or like holiday themed movie, it captures that spirit, of it being like a family story and about keeping those around you close, and also touches on much more somber things of like loss and what we do in the face of that, and how that challenges us as people and as these characters. So yeah, some really poignant themes throughout this movie that was not expected. As you mentioned, the plot itself is very paint by numbers, essentially, doing the same things. We're good guys fighting bad guys type of thing, but it's really these characters that shine and their interactions with each other and the overall themes that they explore with these characters that really was a surprising highlight for me in this one. And as I mentioned, they just feel like they keep getting better and better, so that's a good trajectory to be on. For this one, I'm also going to give it a 4 out of 5. Had a ton of fun with it. And again, these movies continues to be a surprise, and I hope all the creative team stays involved with these movies if they continue to do more. I believe they announced that they are working on another one. I'm sure they are because they're going to make gangbusters with this. But yeah, as long as this core group sticks together, I think they really do have something special here.
Oh yeah, 100%. And I didn't really talk much about him, but I did really enjoy Keanu Reeves' depiction of Shadow. Um, you know, I was saying, like I was telling you after I got out of the theater, like I wish he was a little bit funnier, but that's not what the point of that character or his story. But again, he doesn't fail at all in this one. Jim Carrey, again, he's the real star behind this.
You wanted a little bit more Duke Kaboom in that Shadow.
A little bit, yeah, because just Keanu Reeves in general, he could be really funny. Whether it be that, Always Be My Maybe. And then just the smaller stuff he does, he always has fun with. And this one he definitely did too. But that's pretty much it for us. Like I said, we're nearing the end of the year. Nosferatu and A Complete Unknown are coming out soon, so keep an eye out for those reviews. But until next time, everyone, just stay bodacious and keep on ranting for us.
Absolutely, everybody. Be good, be safe, and as always, we'll catch y'all on the next one.